Good day, everyone. Our topic for today is entitled Becoming a Better Student. Here are the following objectives. Number 1. Define learning and explain the characteristics of learning. Number 2. Identify the changes that happen during learning. Number 3. Develop ways to become an effective learner. What is learning? Learning is the process by which one acquires, ingests, and stores or accepts information. The main characteristics of learning is that it is a process of obtaining knowledge to change human behavior through interaction, practice, and experience. Our experiences with learned information compose our bodies of knowledge. Learning is a process unique to each individual. Some people learn quickly, scanning the information and mastering the concept or skill seemingly effortlessly. Others stumble while processing information, taking longer to grasp the concept of requiring numerous exposures over a sustained time. Characteristics of learning. Number 1. Learning involves change. It is a reconstruction, combined thinking, skill, information, and appropriation in a single unity process. For example, when a child learns to read, they can retain this knowledge and behavior for the rest of their lives. It is not always reflected in performance. The change from the learning may not be clear until a situation arises in which the new behavior can occur. Number 2. All learning involves activities. These activities involve either physical or mental activity. They may be simple mental activities or complex, involving various muscles, bones, and others. So, also the mental activities may be very simple, involving one or two activities of mind, or complex, which involve higher mental activities. Number 3. Learning requires interaction. Social interaction definitely plays a main role in how people learn. At the time of learning, the individual is constantly interacting with and influenced by the environment. This experience makes him change or modify his behavior to deal effectively with it.
Number 4. Constitute learning. To constitute learning, the changes should be permanent. It should be temporary changes, may be only reflective and fail to represent any learning. Number 5. Learning is a lifelong process. Learning is a lifelong process of gaining, using information presented to be a person. It is not static. A person never stops acquiring new information. It keeps a person's mind active and aware, but also conscious of the world around them. Number 6. Learning occurs randomly throughout life. Some learning occurs randomly throughout life, from new experience, gaining information, and from our perception. For example, reading a newspaper or watching a new broadcast, talking with a friend or college, chance meeting, and expected experience. Number 7. Learning involves problem solving. Learning involves problem solving. Example, understanding and discovering relations between different content in a situation.
Learning is the process of acquiring information. Learning is the process of acquiring information, knowledge, wisdom, and skills. It occurs as a result of interaction with the person's environment. Number 9. Learning involves far more than thinking. Learning involves far more than thinking. It involves the whole personality, senses, feelings, intuition, beliefs, values, and will. Number 10. Experience is necessary for learning. Some sort of experience is necessary for learning. We can get the experience from direct observation or from formal approaches to learning such as training, mentoring, coaching, and teaching. We can get experience from direct observation or from formal approaches to learning such as training, mentoring, coaching, and teaching. Learning is more or less the acquisition of a new discourse, a new way of speaking, acting, interacting, looking at the world, and knowing it. It will be successful only when the information gained is used and understood. It is a continuous process followed by an individual that allows for the acquisition of information, attitudes, and practices through observation, syncing previous knowledge, searching out guides, and looking within as well as without. It is a key process in a human behavior.
Align. Before participating in a learning event, participants should have a true understanding of what they are expected to learn, how their behavior is expected to change, the result they are expected to achieve, and how the result contribute to overall goals of the organization. When this step is skipped, participants attend the learning event and are they left entirely on their own to determine what they are supposed to do with they learn. This often leads to disconnect between participants and their leaders when they return to the workplace. Ihanay, bago sumali sa isang kaganapan sa pag-aaral, ang mga kalahok ay dapat magkaroon ng masusing pag-unawa sa kung ano ang inaasahan nilang matutunan, kung paano inaasahang magbago ang kanilang pag-uugali, ang mga resulta na inaasahang makamit nila at kung paano nag-aambag ang mga resulta na ito sa pangkalahatang mga layunin sa samahan. Kapag nilaktawan ang hakbang na ito, dumalong mga kalahok sa kaganapan sa pag-aaral at may iwan sila mag-isa upang matukoy kung ano ang dapat nilang gawin sa natutunan. Madalas na umantong ito sa pagdiskonekta sa pagitan ng mga kalahok at kanilang mga pinuno kapag bumalik sila sa lugar ng trabaho.
Assimilate. During the learning event, you focus on assimilating the learning that resonates with you. An effective learning event will engage you in applying what you already know and building relevant skills and knowledge that you decide to focus on and practice in the class. If these vital elements of an effective learning event are part of assimilation, then you will return to work prepared to apply what you have learned. If not, then you may have awareness of and even a desire to apply these tools but no practical experience in how to do it. So, ang ibig sabihin po ng assimilate is to take in or process of taking in and fully understanding information and ideas. Ang isang mabisang kaganapan sa pag-aaral ay makikipag-ugnay sa iyo sa paglapat ng alam mo na sa pagbuo ng naugnay na mga kasanayan at kaalaman na nagpasya kang mag-focus at magsanay sa klase. Kung ang mga mahalagang sangkap ng isang mabisang kaganapan sa pag-aaral ay bahagi ng paglagim, pagkatapos ay babalik ka sa handa ng magtrabaho upang mailapat ang iyong natutunan. Kung hindi, maaari kang magkaroon ng isang kamalayan at kahit isang pagnanais na ilapat ang mga tool na ito, ngunit walang practical na karanasan sa kung paano ito. Whether assimilation happens effectively largely depends on who is leading your learning event. An instructor is a content resource and usually shares knowledge through writing or lectures, appearing as a stage on stage. A facilitator is a process manager first and a content resource second. Facilitators use their knowledge of how people learn to create an active environment that embraces participants' prior knowledge and unique learning styles. When they facilitate, they appear as a guide by the side.
Applying what you have learned is where 80% of the learning takes place. This involves using the skills. Applied learning is, in short, learning by doing. Through these opportunities, students are able to apply knowledge and skills developed in traditional classroom learning to hands-on and real-world settings. This can include creative projects or research, problem-solving, management skills, and more.
Learning is a lifelong process that doesn't end after graduating from school or university. As you progress through this journey called life, you acquire new knowledge from multiple sources. Learning has many benefits, but the biggest benefit of all is its ability to make you a well-rounded individual. Here are 10 practical tips to help you to become more effective learner. Number 1. Seek knowledge. If there is one thing you take away from this blog post, it should be this one. You need to have the desire to seek knowledge and acquire new skills. If there is no willingness to learn, you will never become an effective learner. It's as simple as that. Number 2. Ask questions. Don't hesitate to ask questions because you don't know the answers to everything. Also, don't shy away from having discussions and debates with people around you. It will give you a new perspective and enhance the learning process. Number 3. Be a voracious reader. If you have been a reader while growing up and perceive reading to be a chore, it's time to change your mentality. With reading materials available in a variety of formats and topics, cultivate a reading habit by reading on topics that interest you. A good habit to adopt is to read the news and current affairs. Not only you will be more aware of what's happening around you, but also learn new things in the process.
Have an open-minded. If you are too set in your ways, you inhibit the flow of information and new ideas to your brain. In our world, constantly evolving and so should you. Sinasabi dito, kung open-minded ka, mas maiintindihan mo ang isang bagay at mas lalo mo pa itong mauunawaan. Ganun lamang yun. If you are not open-minded, hindi mo siya maintindihan. Kukunti lamang ang maintindihan mo. Mas maganda kasi kapag open-minded ka kasi mas marami kang mauunawaan mga bagay-bagay dito sa ating mundo. Ganun lamang yun eh. And next, find your preferred learning style. We all know someone who absorbs knowledge like a sponge, but the reality is we can't all be sponge. Therefore, it's imperative to figure out what your optimal learning style is. For example, some people are visual learning, while others best through listening. There are no set guidelines to learning, so just figure out which one is the right one for you. Mas mabuting malaman mo kung ano yung preferred mo ng learning style kasi mas madali kang matututo. Kailangan naman na matuto ka ng visual, hindi mo naman sanay yon. Wala rin. Mas ano pa rin talaga yung preferred mo kung ano yung preferred mong learning style para mas maraming matutunan, hindi ba? Tama ako, di ba? And next, do not memorize. Sometimes kasi yung memorizing sa exam lang yan nagagawa eh, para mataas yung score natin, para mataas yung makuha. Pero it is a short term of knowledge lang. Sa mga susunod na araw o weeks, mawawala din yan. Hindi rin required ang pagme-memorize para matuto. Mas magandang ka na lang, refer ka na lang dun sa tip number 2, ask the question. Syempre doon, mag-ask ka lang ng question. Syempre, sasagutin ka o di may matututunan ka pa, new knowledge, di ba? Next. Practice. It is difficult to overstate the value of practice for a new skill to become automatic or for new knowledge to become long-lasting. Sustained practice is necessary. Sinasabi dito, practice lang ng practice para mas more knowledge to come, mas better idea ang makukuha, di ba? Pag practice lang tayo ng practice, mas marami tayong matututunan. Marami tayong mga information, new knowledges, and marami tayong madidiscover na bagay-bagay na minsan hindi pa natin nadidiscover. Ganun lang yan eh. Parang sa math, trial and error, hindi ba? Learn how to multitask properly. Eto, kailangan natin ma-multitask ng maayos yung mga learning styles natin. Kailangan natin mapagsabay, mabalance, ganon. Parang sa pag-aaral and yung jowa mo, kailangan mo pagsabayan, hindi ba? Para tumibay yung relasyon nyo, kailangan nyo pagsabayan, hindi ba? Tama naman ako dun, di ba? And yun lang. Salamat sa pakikinig at panonood. Thank you. Sana may naintindihan kayo at natutunan. Salamat sa pakikinig.